Flat Earth British, if it still exists, subscribe to the channel. Please speaking. But did it ever exist? Did Flat Earth British ever exist? Where's my hat? I look. My biological self is not happy with its presentation, so yeah, that'll do. Yeah. Yeah, so obviously I've just got up, going to work. Now I've been with Flat Earth British for 4 or 5 years or something like that, and I've deliberately, in all that time, kept out of the public, kept just, you know what I mean, just keep it small, keep it quiet, keep it permeating, you know. You know, all the stuff that I did on my other channel that's now terminated, deleted, gone forever. I mean, there's hundreds and hundreds, and probably, I don't know, I think if you put it all together, it might amount to a month of viewing. It was that big, and you know, it's kind of all gone, like forever, and I don't want to talk about that right now. But you know, I had something like somewhere between 30 and 60, I think, 1,000 subscribers, and every month I'd have 500,000 views, and I had a vlog, you know, the 8-hour one, they had like over 1 million views, you know. But nevertheless, I just kept it quiet. I kept it just between, you know, Flat Earth British and associated channels, you know. I just, but you know, I didn't like do anything because I guess life's experiences have taught me that you know, you don't want to get into the arena of the controllers. You know, by definition, you know, the controllers, they're going to have an arena for religion, they're going to have an arena for education, they're going to have an arena for mysticism, they're going to have an arena for Flat Earth. They'll have an arena for truth. You know, and as soon as you enter that arena, that's it. You know, that's it. You're fucked. So I've always kept well clear, you know. I don't even do, you know, like live chats. Nothing like that. Nothing like that. You know, I just want to like permeate through people's lives. not me personally permeate through people's lives, but just, you know, what I do, just low key, it's there, you know, it's not being flagged up by anyone or anything, it's all very, very quiet. A kind of, I can't think of an analogy for what I'm trying to say. But yeah, and, well, seems Martin stepped into that arena, and et voila, as they say in Canada. Yeah, I kind of knew it would happen. But you know, I mean, I'm talking about my channel, like years and, you know, hundreds of videos just gone. And Martin, his channel, sir, one in particular, like 7 years had been going on for. 7 years. And so now I'm kind of entertaining the possibility, you know, the news of the day, that Martin might be stopped doing Flat Earth British. So in, was it 1 or 2 days, he stepped into the arena, and now 7 years, probably thousands of vlogs. It's just like unmanned. And nothing going on. So there you go. That's why I don't do shit like that. I mean, I've still lost fucking everything, etc., like with my other channel, but you know, I kind of like, I was there with Martin when he like lost his channels and had to start all over again about 3.5 years ago, I suppose. And he literally started with like, it's some old account he had, and he just like managed to like get it up and running and started uploading again. And I think he had about, it was about 1,600 subscribers. And the last video on that channel that he'd uploaded, which is like 3.5 years ago, was like 3 years before that, you know? And he built it up. You know, the Martin Leaker channel, that one. I think it was that one. Yeah, he built it up from the ground all over again. And I was kind of amazed by that, you know, that he just kept going. And like, you know, here we are today, like 3.5 years later, and he's got, combined with all the little other channels that he's got, combined, you know, he must have about 100,000 subscribers, something like that. And so, you know, when my channel got terminated, you know, I just wanted to give up. But I thought, well, but this happened to Martin, and he just fucking started again, you know? He just started again. And so that's what I thought, well, if he can do it, I can do it. And so, you know, here's my channel, started again. And I think there might be nearly 100 videos on this channel, I'm not even sure. But, you know, it just it just goes to show, if you pardon the phonetic fun, grammatic fun. Yeah. So that might be that then. You know, this might be the last vanavlog where I start off saying flat, I've got your subscriber channel, me speaking, good anarchy, or something like that. But I was thinking about this yesterday, and I was thinking about my channel, and it's gone, and maybe I should sort of like really like go to town and fucking phone up YouTube, or send them a letter, or just do something, you know, to try and get it all back, you know. And I'd like to have it all back, but at the same time, there is no time, and there is no past. It's only now. So, it's the word amalgamate. If I am, I like the word anyway. It sounds good. Now, if I just like, really, now I'm an amalgamation of all of that channel, and if it was still here, oh, anyway. I'm just saying it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Yeah, so this vanavlog's going to be like the last one, like all over the place, like stop start, because I'm doing it in between jobs. So for the moment there's nothing I can do about it. I kind of like my job, you know. It's not really cruel like the other companies I've worked for. It's, you know, I mean, I could moan, but I haven't got much to moan about. And if I did moan, it just wouldn't feel right, because it's not bad enough to moan. And, you know, the name of the company that I work for, I mean, you couldn't make it up. You know, it's actually to do with the whole subject of Antiquitech and the Phoenicians. I mean, you know, it only dawned on me Monday last week. I'm like, fuck, how could I have missed that, you know? How could I have missed that? I actually work for a company that talks about, that's named after like Phoenician Antiquitech. Anyway, so this is one of those points where I now stop and start. It's going to be like this all fucking day, man. And stop. I mean, on my channel, well, even the one that still exists and the one before that doesn't, thousands upon thousands of comments, people saying like, thank you, oh my gosh, thank you, thank you, thank you. You've changed my life. Oh my gosh, I can't see that. That's not working. Oh. worked earlier. Why doesn't it work now? Okay, I just have to do it like that, I suppose. 14%. Fuck off. Oh man, I don't know what to do. I'm using the other phone as a flat nav. But I ain't got a holder for it, so that's fucking shit, isn't it? And the battery's shit on it, so, you know, every minute I lose a bar, even though the fucker's plugged in. Anyway. So that's, you know, that's what my channel does to people. And Martin's got like 4 fucking channels. So, and he's been doing it longer than me. So you can at least quadruple the amount of people. Comments. They're like 95%. You know, the people are like, thank you, Martin. Thank you, Martin. Thank you, Martin. Thank you, Martin. So yeah, just, you know, just putting things into perspective. And anyway, you know, what happened about zero fucks? Right, this is flat of British. Zero fucks. We do not give a fuck about anyone's fucking opinion. Anyone who puts themselves above everybody else, you know? Zero fucks for those people's opinions on flat of British. Always been the same. So, yeah. Anyway. But, you know, ultimately, I think I mentioned it earlier, it's all about now. You know? It's all about now, what you are now, what you can do now. And, you know, history, your achievements of the past, you know, it's not really now, so it's not really relevant to now, what you are now. And when you look at the past and the things that you've done, they were now. Yeah, you just got a catalogue of nows. So you're always in the now, right? So some fucking, like, some shit happened a month ago, 2 weeks ago, 2 years ago. You know, doesn't fucking matter. You know, then was now, but now is now. So now what? Anyway, so I'm just going to start talking now, and it's so fucking complicated. It's so fucking complicated. You know, I can't even, like, give you a description it's just, there's just no way. There's just no way. So I literally just have to start talking. I know that's not how things are supposed to be, you know, when you're like teaching. That's what it is I'm doing. I don't even know. What's that one? Yeah. Oh yeah, no. There's one last thing I've got to say. I was talking to a friend last week, and you know, it was a kind of a very deep conversation, and I had no choice but to make up a descriptive phrase. Fucking hell, what's going on here? That wasn't it, by the way. And the phrase was, external definition. In Christianity, they call it the fear of man, the fear of what other people think about you. But of course, my phrase is better, isn't it? Obviously, you know, external definition. External definition in the context of yourself. Now, either you are you or you're not. External definition. External definition. Fucking hell, it's hot. Oh shit, it's gone off. Oh bollocks, man. The phone just died. I don't know where I am now. I'm going to have to pause again. No, I'll stop, finish my fucking point, and then stop. External definition. Either you are you, or somebody else is you. Believe? Did I say believe? I know you are you. And I know as an exterior observationist that I couldn't define you because I don't need to explain, do I? So, fuck, I'm supposed to stop somewhere. It's only 15 degrees outside. Maybe I'm going through a menopause. Right. Just let me fucking stop. Fuck's sake. lot of resistance about this vlog. A lot. It's been relentless since I started to stop me doing this. Fuck's sake. I just can't fucking stop anywhere. Fuck you, world. Fuck you. Fuck you to death. In a bad way. Yeah. So nobody tells or accurately describes Martin Leaker. No one. Nobody, not even me, can define Martin Leaker, because exterior definition always fails. Yeah, it's been like hours. It's been hours. Just so many distractions, just like everything in my way to stop me from saying what I'm going to say. So yeah, I finished talking about Martin. So nobody knows Martin. I mean, I go so far as to say that nobody's ever seen Martin, unless, you know, they sort of like work in a hospital in an X-ray department. So, you know, how can you judge him? You know, on what basis? Society's rules? Well, that's not flat Earth British, is it? Society's rules. Anyway, honestly, this day's been a real motherfucker to stop me, you know? Really. So, I've really got to do this vlog, man. Yeah, I'm just going to talk. So, you know, following on from what I've been said this morning, hours ago, it's actually more complicated than just an external definition. I think we're like two entities. Each one of us are two entities. Which, on a day-to-day basis, from my own personal experiences, you know, I do things that I don't want to do, and the things I don't want to do, I do, and I do things and I have absolutely no idea why. And even, I would even okay, so 2. I should just stop thinking and just talk, really. I don't know, that's going to last. I just need to use my flat nav to get to a place that I recognise, and then I can just drive home. I don't need a flat nav, you know. Let's try. I don't know. How? Oh, right. Okay. It should work if I do it that way. Okay. Should work. The problem I have is everything I want to tell you is indescribable. Okay. You ever watched the movie Aliens? You know, the second one. Was it the second one or was it the third? Actually, I don't even know. But it's the one where she's in a cargo hold, and she's got like a exoskeleton on, or what do they call Transformers, kind of like. I mean, it's like a mobile forklift that she's inside, you know, it's like a framework on the outside. And then, like, she picks up this, I don't know, it could be like 20-ton box or something like that, you know, and then asks the sergeant or whatever, where does he want the box put? But just a picture of Sigourney Weaver like that, holding a box. So just, you know, if you would, just hold that image in your head. Number 2. You're on Sentinel Island. You grew up there, and one day an engine, no, not an engine, what would that be? A jet engine. A jet engine falls off a plane, yeah, and lands lands on your island, Sentinel Island. It lands on your island, and you've got no point of reference regarding this thing. It doesn't resemble anything in nature. Let's say, like, you know, you've got some kind of a religion of some sort, or something, or mysticism, or, you know, whatever the culture, you know. But, and that's all you've got. You're completely cut off from the outside world. And there suddenly, this is a fucking jet engine, you know, on the ground in front of you. You're like, you know, you can see it, but you're like, what's my point of reference? What's my point of reference? But there is no point of reference for a Sentinelese. But they'll be honest, and they'll say, well, it's either something completely evil, this jet engine. It's either completely evil, or, you know, it's from a god or something like that, you know. But that's it, you know. The whole thing about aviation and thermodynamics, you don't have that point of reference, so you're not going to be able to really see what it is. You can see it, but yeah. Okay, goes to stop thinking, just talk, Lee. Just talk. So in my last vlog, I was talking about skeleton, and you know, how in the past was it illuminated. And I've been thinking for a couple of weeks about it, and I suddenly realised, because, like, all, you know, Antiquitech and stuff like that, you know, I think it was all to do with the enlightening of skeletons. No, I know what I'm saying sounds weird. I don't care. No, I'm right. It just sounds unusual what I'm saying. So I was just wondering about the point of contact, and then one of my wife's teeth fell out last night or the night before, and that was it. I was like, oh my gosh, yes, you know, that's how, you know, we could be illuminated again. I mean, now we're surrounded by water, encased, trapped, insulated, you know, from electricity or whatever it is that would enlighten, turn our skeletons. I don't even know. I don't even know. Except it's a thing. But, you know, I still don't completely understand it. But it's a hidden thing, and so I've got to make sure people know about it. You know, maybe somebody else can work it out. But anyway, I worked out. It just came to me. I'm like, it's through the teeth. It's through the teeth. You know, my hands. I can't engage with something that will light me up, because I'm insulated by water. But with the teeth, you know, something to bite onto, you know, something like that. Like in the movie The Matrix, it's in the back of the head. But why make a hole in the back of the head when you've got an open mouth? I mean, you know, anyway. Okay, next, I'm just talking. How did I get the bones that clean in the catacombs? Well, I've uploaded a vlog from Jens from Germany, Log Chat, his channel. I just did a thing like that, and I was just reminded. A leg of lamb in a slow cooker. Yeah, so if you want to separate flesh from bone, you need to simmer the flesh for hours and hours and hours, or just boil for a few hours, and that bone will be clean. Bones will be clean, skeleton will be clean. Next part. As I tried to explain in my last video, there was a time when humanity was skeletons. And there was a time, like now, where the skeletons were clothed with water, flesh, if you want, blood, if you want. And there was a world religion or something, politics, I don't know, just there was something going on. And in that civilization, they knew for a fact that previously they were all skeletons, but there was some kind of a reset. Maybe the sun vanishing or turning into a moon, fizzling out. I don't know exactly. But there was a plan. There was a plan. And all humanity, and there were trillions, not billions, trillions of them. And they wanted to get back to the previous civilization. It was a civilization of skeletons. And that environment, they wanted it back. They wanted to get back to that because for them it was the golden age. guessing that what I know now, they knew then. Right, so I need to tell you what that is. Okay, so the biological world is an entity itself. It isn't you. Okay, you are the skeleton. And so far, I've only been able to plug into that in the sense of self-awareness. I know that I'm a skeleton. That's who I am. That's what I am. And I have that awareness. Beyond that, I haven't got much further than that. And the reason being is because everything else encased around me is another entity. And it permeates its desires, feelings, vision, everything. The whole human experience is this entity, and its it influences my awareness somehow. I don't care how, but it does. And that's why I've always had problems with trying to understand why, you know, I have this concept of things being beautiful or ugly, just everything about what it's supposed to be like to live. 99.9% of it is this entity. Absolutely. And so, you know, Sigourney Weaver, the exoskeleton. So instead of exo, it'd have to be something else. Internal skeleton. I don't know. So I get the picture of I'm a skeleton carrying around a body of flesh, kind of thing. It's baggage. But it's alive in of itself, and I can see that all around me in other people. There's a lot of similarities between me and any other person. We eat, we share, everything. We all do the same thing. We all do the same thing. We seem to be different. There are differences, but then the very thing itself, the very entity itself, is very unnecessarily detailed, and on a small scale it differs from one part to the next, but nevertheless a tree is a tree, a house is a house, a road is a road, a car is a car, a bird is a bird, a dog is a dog. You know, it's all different, but not really different at all. And it kind of explains why you know, all humanity, they're all kind of like the same. They're all like doing the same thing. You know, I'm driving a vehicle right now, you know, and sometimes I listen to a particular radio station, and I have the sensation that it's completely unique to me. You know, I think of another driver in another vehicle. I think somehow their experience is not the same as mine, but it is. They're driving, you know, they've got a seat belt, they're travelling at a certain speed, blah 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 blah. It's all the same, actually. It's all the same, and now I understand why. Because all of humanity are skeletons, all together in this biofilm shit that this is, having the same experience. I'm trying not to think, I'm just trying to talk. You know, what we call Phoenicians, when they're depicted in whatever way, you've got the Phoenician dolphins. In the sea, and the sea is of a certain density, and so, you know, Phoenician dolphins, fine. But if you're going to come out of the water, so if you think about the theory of evolution, which is a load of bollocks, but just think of that from the point of, you know, like a fish jumping out of water, turning into a frog, or an ape, a man. I'm not saying that, but what I'm saying, you know, it would appear to me that these sea creatures, something happened. Maybe a separation of the waters, and then you've got a different density of water, and it's like at that point the dolphins take on a human form, which is the Phoenicians, you know, like flat bridge nose. They've got that, and you know, you can't really tell if they're male or female unless they've got their tackle out or whatever. And then you've got another density of water. Like a third density, I suppose. I mean, if you want to go a mile high up in the air, or 2 miles up in the air, I don't know. Try breathing unassisted. So that's a different density to like ground level air. When I say air, I just mean water. Everything's water, right? And so then there's a transition. Then you get Phoenicians with wings. And then mermaids, the bottom part. Then you've got Phoenicians that don't have the mermaid bottom anymore. They've just got wings and a human body, a physical. So when I see the depictions, I can see that there are different levels of existence. That's what the Phoenicians depict. And in the depiction, I suppose, it's saying that there is really no difference between a human being and an animal. But that transformation, of course, isn't skeletons. It's part of the environment. Now, I've wondered about the barrier between, the water in the air and the water in my skin. And, why is there a barrier, between the two? But I've come to realise that there isn't a barrier at all. It's all one and the same thing. What a tree is made of, my hand is made of. It's water. Just talk. Oh, sorry. Yeah. So yeah, there was a world religion, world something or other. I can only guess, but one way or another, whether the civilization were completely duped, or they still had all of the information from the previous glorious civilization. Like the Library of Alexander. Something on that kind of level. And so they surmised to get back to that state. They either willingly or were duped into setting up a reset using Antiquitech, probably boiled themselves alive or something like that. And at the same time trying to change the environment back to how it was before. So being stripped of all biological matter, they could still survive in an environment where they would never perish and never die. I mean, how long does a human being live? 100 years? How long does a skeleton last? A lot longer. So, if you could be conscious as a skeleton, and you want to live as long as you want, as long as you possibly could, would you do it? not sense, it's not adding up, there's nothing I can do about this, and I apologise. But that's what happens. One way or another, that's what happens. If you're a Christian, you can pick what I'm saying apart and you can use it to bolster your own faith in God. So if you go to Wise Up's channel, he'll tell you that Noah was real, Noah's flood was real, and at the same time of the Great Deluge, flood, volcanoes were going off. So in which case then, if you're a Christian, you can say, well, all of these catacombs filled with hundreds of millions of bones across the plain, squeaky fucking clean, and maybe a bit burned or darkened. You can say, well, when God flooded the earth, it wasn't cold water, it was boiling water. Because, oh well, the sun's hot, so all of the water up there would be really hot because it's near the sun. And then you can say, and then there was volcanoes in the ocean, and they were just like spewing up for whatever reason. And so the water was just like, 100 degrees plus. I mean, just like mega hot. And so all the people that died in Noah's flood, it's just fucking like slow cooker, leg of lamb. And then the flood subsided, and it was just bones everywhere, so they just stored them. So that's, Now I say that because so far everything that I've been saying is completely fucking unbelievable. I've got points of reference, you haven't. So I have to use your points of reference so you can understand what I'm saying. So if as a Christian you can believe that in the flood God actually boiled everything, because once the water subsided, if he hadn't boiled the water, you'd have miasma everywhere, you'd have rotting flesh, disease everywhere. So then Noah and the ark, all the people, they all get out, they all fucking die from miasma, from like disease and viruses and shit. So God had to boil the water, just like disintegrate the flesh. It'll be similar to like the Valley of Armageddon. Fuck. Am I turning off here? No. Jesus opens his mouth and obliterates all of the armies of the world in the valley of Armageddon, and that valley is huge. He obliterates them, but he obliterates them in the medium of water, because if there was no air in the water, if there was no water in the air, you'd be dead. And you breathe the air, so you breathe water, so you're a fish. But anyway, and so then Jesus, Armageddon. Oh, it's not called Jesus then, anyway. Yeah, their flesh just melts off them. So it'll just be a valley of bones. So you know, there you go. So what I'm saying is a thing. I've given you a point of reference. It's not mine, but I know that point of reference. I don't believe it, but I can see the mechanics. Maybe you can't, and so I've just given you a point of reference of your own. Well, it's not your own, one you know, that this is actually a thing. And I mentioned a few in the last vanavlog as well. So you know, I believe, you know, everything is like a matrix. It's all a lie. It's all a mirage. Nothing, including the fucking skeleton. Not even that fucking exists. You know, nothing fucking exists except us, and we're not here, and we are not a part of this. And I'm talking from that perspective, but what I'm talking about is things pertaining to this matrix, this mirage. I do actually see the world from this perspective now. You know, that everything is like some kind of parasitical biofilm. And I kind of get the sense that itself is trying to redefine itself, because it's now joined with us in some way, or entangled, or something like that. And so the thing itself has changed, and it doesn't have a point of reference itself as to what we are. And this whole mechanism, this whole reason of this, of life, of this lie, fucking life, is it trying to redefine itself? What? Oh, you bastard. Where the fuck is this taking me anyway? I'm supposed to be going home. this must be the one where if you miss the turn off, you've got to like drive 20 fucking miles or something until you can turn round and come back. You know, part of the reason that it's difficult to communicate is because my very means of communication is the fucking problem. You know, I'm trying to force my way through this entity that encases me, that is its own thing, its own, you know, and there's like a resistance. It doesn't like it. It doesn't like it. It doesn't like it at all. You know, and I'm getting feelings, you know, all kinds of things going on, you know. It's so difficult to try and communicate through a mechanism that is an enemy against yourself. Somebody put you in a coffin with an unlimited air supply. No, that's bad, isn't it? Well, let's not get too technical then. If you was in a coffin underground, 6 foot, you're not going to have much of a life. Because your external environment, or because the external environment, i.e. the coffin and 6 foot of mud, is stopping you from living. It's stopping you, just keep it simple, eh? It's stopping you from living a life in a certain way. And everything, your whole experience, apart from maybe, you know, the awareness of your own skeleton, and that's what you are, it's a fucking mud flood. You know, you're covered. You know, everything that you are, everything that you were is fucking covered in mud. You can't see beyond it. You know, when you get like a really big storm, what? Oh, fuck off. Fuck now, what? Yeah, sorry about that, I just got a fucking phone call, so it just cuts everything off. Yeah, like a huge storm through the night, and you wake up in the morning, go to your vehicle, and what do you find? You find mud on your windscreen, on your car. Why? Well, because this is all mud. breathe mud as well. And if you really think about it, you know, what's the difference between being buried 6 foot under the catacombs and life today? It's just varying degrees of density of mud. You know, I apologise that, you know, but this all sounds like completely fucking like crazy shit. There's just nothing I could do about it. You know, I'd like to like put it together in, you know, in some kind of way that is understandable, and like easy to sort of like collate, but I can't. I just can't do it. I just can't do it right now. I can't do it. You know? So this is all I've got. So, you know. And everything fits into this as well. You know, the whole thing about, say, like deja vu, reincarnation. Biological, you know, biological matter, that can be recycled. Resurrected. Oh no, reincarnation, that's the word. It can be reincarnated. It's all the same fucking shit, you know. I mean, vanavlogs. I mean, I must have done 100. I must have done 100. And you know, I think like if you'd listened to my very early ones, you don't have the option now because they're gone. I was in, you know, I was kind of like, you know, mentally going through, you know, like loads of shit, man. Loads of stuff, loads, talking about stuff, why life doesn't make sense, blah 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 blah, you know, how the system works, you know, just tons and tons and tons of stuff, and you know, it blew people's mind. It blew people's mind, and you know. But now I'm at the stage where back then I was trying to reach out and kind of like grab the meaning of life. I've kind of done that. And so all of those countless hours of research is all kind of like all just one thing now. don't need to talk in those terms anymore. I don't need to be like seeking out, why is this like that? Why is that like this? You know, I don't really need to think like that anymore. You know, trying to find the solution within the problem. Now, that's not where I am. I found the fucking problem, and then there's really not much to say. And the mechanisms that I've used in the past were necessary. Oh, fuck off. They were necessary. You know, for that reason, but now they're not. You know, now I just have to be brave, and then, you know, if I look like a cunt, if I sound like a twat, well, so be it. You know, so be it. You know, it is what it is. You know, it's no more long words or multi-level thinking and shit, whatever. Just I mean, you know, I hate the system. I hate life. I hate it. Absolutely fucking hate it. Because it's not life. It's a lie. Right? And I fucking hate it. Right? And to some extent, I don't want to use its language. I don't want to use its high, all of like long Latin based fucking words and shit. No, I don't want to do that anymore. I don't want to do it. You know, that's for politics, that's for politicians. You know, to try and look like they're fucking clever or something, better than you, etc, etc. I hate all that shit. But I had to fucking use all that in the beginning. And, you know, and obviously that's easier to listen to than what I'm doing, you know, now. You know? It was just easier. It's just so bad. I mean, like Rudy and the Dogs, you know, Panopticon Prism, you know, Panopticon, and all that. You know, that's like really clever shit, man. Rudy's the man. And I fucking, you know, I was right on it, man. I was totally right on that, like going through everything and seeing how it relates to our life. You know, do we live in a panopticon prism? You know, a prism that's only visual, and all kinds of stuff. You know, but I just fucking, it's all one and the same thing anyway. And I've identified the fucking problem. You know, I'd say go to a cathedral somewhere and look for bite marks. Yeah, look for bite marks. Because I mean, you know, because I'm thinking of going to a cathedral and you know, just investigating, just saying like. Because I'm pretty sure that they would have had something to do with the enlightening, and there's clearly, you know, science within these buildings. It's clearly something's going on. You know, they're not fucking nothing to do with God originally. And now I know that it's the only thing that's bare is your teeth, your skeleton. It's the only bit that's bare that could make a connection, you know. So yeah, you know, just, I don't know, have a look for bite marks in churches and cathedrals. But you need to look low if you go to a church or cathedral or just antiquitect type building, you need to go as low as possible, because the ground level in every construct on the flat plane, yeah, is a false level. It's a high level. When these buildings were constructed, they could be 20 feet, who knows, much deeper, the original ground level. But then after a reset mud flood, it all sets, and then, you know, I don't know what you want to call them, but the people that came back afterwards, you know, just fucking throw lime in there, just fucking harden everything up, just fucking bury the evidence, you know what I mean? So if originally people were going to get enlightened, to charge themselves, you know, I mean, you know, why is there not a science to charge the marrow, the blood cells in your skeleton? You know what? You know, anyway. Yeah, so like today, because the ground level is much higher, you know, maybe only like 20 foot from the roof now, you need to look low for bite marks, you know, or something, just something that where you can see, like, yeah, a mouth has been on that for some reason, you know. I really don't like this vlog. I really don't like this vanavlog at all. It's not how I like to do things, but well, I say you know, like, you know, the eye in the pyramid, all that shit, you know, the eye, all that bollocks. I shouldn't have done that, should I? I know why now. I know why. A skeleton does not have fucking eyeballs. And, you know, the human body, which is not us, you know, the flesh or whatever, or the heart, the lungs, the fucking skin, fucking toenail, whatever, you know, it's it. And it's it that sees. You know, it's it that sees. And so that whole eye thing, it's an identification that separates us as skeletons from the biological world. That's what it's about, you know. You know, I just hope you can. I just hope I'm kind of like igniting your own awareness of your own true self, and realizing who the enemy is. You know, beyond that, there's not much else I can do. But if you can be aware of it, then you've got a point of reference. And if you've got that point of reference, everything will make sense. Everything will make sense. Why am I here? I'm just going to buy some wine. Just get food or something. Yeah, I was just thinking, like, maybe it'd be easier if instead of me saying skeleton, I said spiritual. You know, because that would be a point of reference you probably understand. Whereas you can be two identities whilst being one. I completely disagree with that, but it's a point of reference so that you can make a distinction within yourself being a spiritual person and a physical person. Yeah, so your existence is on two levels. What I'm saying is one of those levels is not you. Yeah. But instead of saying spiritual, I'm saying skeleton. But again, it's within the confines of the matrix, which isn't real. What I'm trying to do is to show you the impossibility of existence itself, and I'm also trying to show you hell, why is it so well, I know why it's so fucking hard. Yeah. I mean, that's spiritual, you know, I can't quite remember now, but I think like in religion, like if you go to hell, but you're still a spirit. Oh no, I got that one wrong. No, I thought I got wrong. What I just said before that, I didn't get that wrong. That was right. I mean, what is wrong with alternative thinking? Now, I can see now, if I put on the news, watch a movie, watch people, listen, blah, 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 and the way people live, it's completely well, I mean, I have no point of fucking reference, to be honest. I've got no point of reference to explain why. I mean, you know, let's just go for, oh, we all live on a planet spinning in fucking space. Yeah, 23 fucking thousand miles an hour, whatever bollocks they come out with. Yeah, so nobody can stand still in reality. So you've got this planet, it's all fucking green, you've got all these little biological fucking minion things walking, going around, doing stuff like that. Yeah, but, you know, it's like a fucking allotment, right? A spinning fucking allotment in space, right? Why the fuck have you got laws and rules and clothes and blah, 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 math, philosophers, blah, 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 you know, go to school, get a fucking job, you know, industry, blah, blah, blah. Where the fuck, if you believe you're on a fucking globe spinning in space, which is fucking like finite or infinite, depending on what you believe, where the fuck has all this shit come from? Where's it come from? You know, where's it come from? You know, it just doesn't make any fucking sense. and it's completely ridiculous. You know, you've got, oh man. So, you know, I'm, as you, well, I don't know if you could imagine what life is like for me, you know. You know, with naivety, life is beautiful. I think I'll end it there.